So in the past, we have talked about dependent marking. It's a marking where each mark is dependent on its neighborhood. Now we can extend it to another more uh, to a completely dependent marking, which is special type of marking where each point is dependent completely on the complete neighborhood, right? Not just one point, but the complete neighborhood. So in that case, you can think that for any point xi, the mark is a function of the point and the complete point process. Okay. So here you take the complete mark point process and this it will depend on that. Okay. And this is a dependent mark because every point is dependent on the same realization. Okay. So there is some correlation on that. So one example that we have seen in the past is this function can be just number of points in the ball of x comma r, denoting the total number of points in the ball around the point x with radius r. That's a dependent marking. So that was just a function of this. In this example, marking which is dependent only on a point in a small neighborhood of radius r on the points in small neighborhood of radius r. But this can be a function of complete point process. Okay, we can just assign the phi itself as the mark. Okay, so complete phi realization is assigned as a mark to each point. Is the more general marking and include the complete point process. So any property you want to derive now you can write in terms of the mark. Okay. So this we call as universal marking because this is the most general form of marking, independent marking here. And there's another variant which people use is instead of assigning the raw phi to as a mark, they assign as a local view of the phi as a mark. Okay, local view means that from the point, how does the phi look like? So this just means that you shift the origin to the point, and then you look at the shifted point process. It will look like as you are the center and the point process is around you. Okay, so inherently phi is still same, but I get a different shifted version for each point as a mark. Okay, I can since if I know x1 and x2 and I know the phi as looked from x1, I can definitely compute how phi will look like from x2. Right, so inherently they are not different. It's just that I'm going to assign a different version of the same object. So recall the point process can be seen from point xi is we shift phi to minus xi. Okay, so the xi is the new origin. So you take points in phi and you shift phi minus xi to get new points. Okay, so if this means the xi itself will become at the origin. This is a shifted version of point process and it is a neighborhood as viewed from the point. So there is also a stationary marking, right? Because if phi is stationary, and then it doesn't depend where you put the origin, because eventually for this mark you have to shift the origin to the point itself. Okay, uh, and it will result in a stationary mark point process if the original point process is also stationary. So the palm probability of universal marks can be same way defined. The marks here is taken as the complete phi. Mark space is suppose n here. And the palm distribution of the is n a itself is the complete space of the point process. Okay, recall the mark is phi, and we take this mark space as all the possible values marks can take. And phi can take all values, all possible realizations. So the set of that relation is n. And the mark distribution of the mark will be given as probability that mi belongs to k given that xi belongs to phi. And here mark is phi, so this is just probability that phi belongs to k, condition that xi belongs to phi. Okay, and this is nothing but the conditional distribution of phi. Given that there is a point at xi, what will be the look of phi? What is the probability that phi takes a particular value, particular property is k? Okay, so palm probability of k in also would be we say it is a conditional distribution, and we denote it again px phi belongs to k, which means condition on X belonging to phi, what is the probability that phi has this property K? Okay, so explicitly you can also say probability that the phi has property K given that X belongs to phi. Okay, and its property can be how many points are there in a radius R around a point of P2. Okay, so condition on there is a point. What is the probability? How many points are there in a radius R? Okay, so this you can deduce from this, because if you know, you can compute the condition on the phi. What for phi would be says that they will have these many points. So from that you can compute K. So instead of a general X, we can just also take origin O. So this will be probability of 0, condition that origin belongs to the point process. There is a point at the origin in the point process. What is the probability that phi has a property K? Okay, so this is the palm probability of K, and if it's a stationary point process, uh, it will not depend on X. So you can take X anywhere, so you can just take on the origin. And what is a similar concept is the reduced palm probability. In this, it's also a conditional probability. It's just that when you're looking at the property, whether phi has a property K or not, you don't include the point you are conditioning on. Okay, so you have to remove that typical point on you which you are conditioning, and then ask how the neighborhood looks. Okay, so the notation here is x factorial, and this just means that you are conditioning on x, but you are not including x in the calculation of this. So I want to ask whether phi belongs to K, phi has this property K or not, but I inherently remove x from that. So this is just that probability that condition on X belongs to phi, probability that phi minus this point. Okay, so you remove this point, that point process, that it has a property K or not. Okay, so phi minus set minus X is the point process after removal of the point at X. And if X is equal to origin, then the same thing you can define. This is the zero factorial means that you're conditioning that there is a point at the origin, but you are not including that point in the above calculations. Okay, so suppose I have, let's take an example. Suppose K is this property that is made from all realizations, such that realization has one point at the origin. Okay, so this is the property I want to know. So what is the probability? This one, phi belongs to K. This is the probability. What is the probability that phi has property K means? What is the probability that phi has one point at the origin? So suppose we take the Poisson point process with the uniform density. Then probability that there is a point at the origin, that is 0. Okay, so probability that the point is anywhere, it is 0. Now I say this one. What is the probability that give condition that there is a point at the origin? What is the probability that the point process has one point? Okay, and that is going to be 1 because we are conditioning that there is a 1 point at the origin. So phi will definitely have 1 point at the origin. Now, what is this? Given that there is a point at the origin, what is the probability that point phi, without considering that point, has 1 point at the origin? Okay, so this means if you consider that point, there will be 2 points. So, given that condition that there is a point at the origin, what is the probability that there are total 2 points at the origin? Okay, or one extra point at the origin, and so this we have to also compute, and that we don't know what its value will be because we haven't studied the conditional probabilities. Okay. So if I define K dash as phi has 2 points at the origin, then you can say phi palm reduced probability of K is equal to the palm probability of K prime. Okay. A conditional point I have to look at there are 2 points at the origin.